Hey, hey. Let me turn it all the way down. What's up, Cowboy Nation, Cowboy Headquarters, and America's team? And here we are with the Cowboy Huddle podcast. Let's give it up. That's right, you rocking with your boy, your guy, G, the number one Cowboy fan. Hampton is in the house. So give it up for your guy, G, the number one Cowboy fan. Hampton. Yeah, here we are, man. I'm not gonna keep y'all. I know it's Memorial Day weekend, and we want well, not Memorial Day weekend, but it's Memorial Day, and we want to say salute to all those that have served time or serving time or have put in the commitment to keep this country safe. So we want to say thank you to all the veterans out there for your blood, sweat, and tears. Yeah, y'all see the title. What will Zimmer Blitz package look like? And we got a little bit about Trey and Dak, but again, let me say that before I got somebody on, special guest on tonight, and he's gonna step in with me. We're gonna talk about a couple of things tonight, and we're gonna let y'all make it about y'all business as we get ready for work tomorrow. Yeah, that's right. So let's get on into this. But I want to say thank you to all the subscribers and all those that follow us on this channel, man. Without you guys, we would definitely not be where we are today. So give it up for yourself and for all that you do for the channel. All right, that's got to bring it on. He's no stranger to the Cowboys. He's been a Cowboy fan since knee high to a duck's butt. So with that being said, I got to give it up for Football Junkie. What's up?
What's up? Good.
How you feeling today, man? You feeling all right?
Oh yeah, I'm feeling pretty good. Good to be back live and live with you guys, man. Yeah. Yes, sir.
Well, you're a busy man, and I know you got things to do, man. So I don't want to take a lot of your time, but we just want to kind of talk about a little stuff, a little something that's been going on right now. You see what cap I'm rocking tonight, right? Cause
yeah,
let's give it up from Dallas Mavericks.
That's hot topic. Right.
That is a hot topic, bro. And I start off, man. Listen, you got Texas Rangers won the World Series. Okay. You got the Dallas Mavericks up 3-0 against Minnesota Timberwolves. And then you got the Dallas Stars that's making noise. So let's give it up for these teams, man. As you know, I mentioned 3 teams. Dallas Cowboys.
Cowboys, man. Ooh wee. Hey,
but you know what, we can celebrate
the Metroplex.
We can celebrate. You know what we can do? We can celebrate three seasons of 12-5. I'm excited. Football Junkie, I am excited, man. You know where we are with our basketball team, our baseball team, and hockey team, man. But man, it's I gotta kind of search for some things to bring up about our Cowboys, man. I mean, it's business as usual. But I guess let's go ahead and get into this, man. So let's start with this. Either one of them can be good, but I'm gonna hold up the best for last. So let's start with this Mike Zimmer defense, man, and and what this defense was gonna look like. But I was looking at some research. I was doing some research over this defense, man, and it's an aggressive defense. This is going to be an aggressive defense, man, and the way Mike Zimmer seems like he conducts this defense, it's going to be something that's going to be confusing to a lot of offenses. And the reason I say that is because he plays the double A gap.
Right.
So he's going to either blitz or he's going to bail out of that thing, man. So what do you think this defense is going to look like under Zimmer? Because we know he's going to blitz. He believes in blitzing, and I like that because as a coach at Pee Wee football, that's one thing I love to do. I love to blitz. I'm going to blitz, and I'm going to fake blitzes. I'm going to keep that front line thinking. I got to keep them guessing. So again, what do you think about what this defense is going to look like, man?
first and foremost, what this defense is gonna look like is pretty much predicated on two factors. I feel, Mozzie Smith and Overshown. How
Mm.
I've seen some. I did some little research last few days, and it says that Mozzie Smith is getting back up to his actual playing weight, which he had
Yeah.
lost weight. He lost weight, but they getting him back up to his actual playing weight around 320.
Mm-hmm.
And when it comes to Overshown, it's about how he's going to come back off this injury that he has and what kind of impact he's going to have as a linebacker. Being that he's a rangy linebacker, he's got long arms, he's got speed and whatnot. How is he going to have an effect on what he does and how it's going to fit with what the Cowboys want to do under Zimmerman at defense?
Right. That makes sense. That makes sense. That definitely makes sense. So, and with that being said, I'm gonna also say this here, man, because now there's going to be a position battle.
Okay.
Yeah, again, like you say, with Mozzie Smith, one thing he said that he's not trying to attack the quarterback. He's trying to get Mozzie to a position where he can plug some holes to free
Yeah.
up these linebackers.
Right.
Basically, that's
Collapse the
what it boils.
offense.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So, but with that being said, man, and I also was looking at his defense, and also, because he plays that double A gap,
Mm-hmm.
and you probably will see a few times that there's going to be a few blitzes coming from that A gap, but at the same time, at time you're going to see these guys bail out into coverage. So now we got a competition. Now, say, Overshown is good at shooting those gaps, or we know what Kendrick can do. Eric Kendrick, he's played with this organization, but same thing with
Right.
Michael Parson if they plan on Damone Clark. Okay, so now you're gonna have to compete. Who's the better at being able to shoot the gap and be able to fall back into coverage?
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
everybody's going to be evaluated. So who the starters once were might not be those starters. You think?
Hey, it's very possible. My thing really is, do they move Michael Parsons back to the inside and take advantage of his real natural abilities to cover from sideline to sideline and to drop back and to effectively blitz up the middle or flex into the outside?
That is a good question. We don't know. But when we're talking about this defensive end situation, man, we're thin at this defensive end. We got Sam Williams, we got Tank on the other side, and we got
Yeah.
Marshawn Nealon.
Mm-hmm.
Then who else after that? Will it be Michael Parson? Or what? We don't know what that looks like. But again, yeah, we that's a question to be answered that we have to see once Micah comes to training camp or whatever, which he hadn't showed up yet. Do you think that's a big deal that Micah Parsons not there right now?
I believe it is a big deal because right now you need to go through the actual walkthrough reps because that's what they're going through. They're not going full blast. It's walkthrough reps, getting an understanding of the schematics of what is being laid out for the format of the team, so they can have an overview of how they want to address things and who is going to be playing in what personnel position. So,
Mm,
yeah, it is. It's big.
yeah, yeah, and football junkie. That's good answer with what you just said because I definitely I agree with you because if you're going to be the leader of this team or this
Mm-hmm.
defense, regardless if it's voluntary, but you have a new defensive coordinator,
Mm-hmm.
you have a new scheme that they're trying to put in place.
Mm-hmm.
So you know I would expect Michael to be there, but see, it just seems like Michael got a lot of other stuff going on. Come to find out, he was on the what was it called? Some one of the Kevin Hart show where the cold as balls or something like that he was
Yeah.
on, and he made mention that he played pickleball one time. Now he's a co-owner of a pickleball organization or something. So he's doing some other thing. I'm not knocking him, and like he said, he wants to do things that makes him happy,
Right.
but there's still a career that's at hand. You
Right.
think, or are we making a big deal out of it?
I mean, no, we're not making a big deal out of it because you got You are one of the top premier NFL defensive players in the league. Not only that, your natural ability to play football is what got you to where you are today. So you need to go ahead and protect your bread and butter.
Mm.
This is your interest right here. So protect your interests at all costs.
I hope we're not sensing some type of bitter. And I understand. I can totally understand him being bitter about the last season, but now it's time to move on, and now
Yeah.
it's trying to build for this new season. So, again, I agree with you on that football junkie as far as being there at these camps. But some would say, yeah, it's not a big deal. But again, you're learning a new defense, a new scheme, and it kind of helps the rest of the defense to know what to do and how they're going to go about doing it, who's going to play where. So that's kind of something. But anyway, but with that being said, also with this scheme on this defense, man, we got to look at these cornerbacks. Because where this defense is built and the scheme is built, these cornerbacks are going to have to press. They're going to have to be. They're going to have to press. It's not going to be no, help. A lot of times, they're going to be a lot of times where when they're blitzing, they're going to have to be able to hold, press their man for a certain amount of time.
Right. And so, it's going to be times where it's going to be just one safety back deep.
Yeah. Exactly. Well, one safety or zero blitz.
Okay.
You're going to be manning up. And, now, when I look at Dan Quinn, I think Dan Quinn ran a lot of cover too, if I'm not mistaken. So, this, I'll tell you, this is the evaluation for and I trust DeRon Bland and I trust Trey Diggs. I really do.
Right.
But at the same time, we know you can cover real well, but can you press real well?
Right. Hey, you know how much of a gambler our boy Diggs is.
Exactly. He will take some chances.
He rolled dice out of both hands. He's straight dude.
So, and when we talk about Mike Zimmer, man, Mike Zimmer actually came to the Cowboys back in, what was it, 94 or 5? Yeah, he came in 94 with Barry Switzer, man. And then he came, let's see, he went all the way to 2006, okay? And then he did 1 year in 2007 with Atlanta Falcons, and then he went to Cincinnati from 2008 to 2013, and then he was with Minnesota up to 2021. He was at Jackson State with Dion in 2022, and then he went to Colorado, and then we had plucked him from Dion. So that was just where he was. But so he has a lengthy resume, and again, we were still wondering who's gonna play where, But my other concern is, football junkie, is, man, what do you think about the defensive tackle and overall? Because we're pretty light right there, man. We're light.
We real light in that aspect because Zimmerman like big boys. He like space invaders. All the guys he had was some dudes 6'5", 6'6", maybe 6'7", in the 340, 320, 350 area.
Right.
So he likes them big. He likes them able to control the defensive line of scrimmage, offensive line of scrimmage, where if they're not disruptive enough to get to the quarterback, they're disruptive enough where they're going to be demanding a double team, collapsing the offensive line, making the running back redirect his inside run to the out, bouncing it out. And that's when the linebackers and your DBs shoot.
Yeah. And you know what? And I was also looking at this video, a weekly spiral, and he was actually talking about the risk and rewards of the Zimmer Blitz scheme when he was with the Vikings back in 2020. And one thing he mentioned, man, that he says when you're using a blitz package, he said he put like 4 goals that you need to have in place if you were planning on blitzing. And number one was get 2 defenders on the personal protector. Number 2, create a mismatch. Makes sense. Number 3, get an offensive lineman on nobody.
Right.
Number 4, keep the running back in. Now, I watched this guy, man. I watched how he was breaking down his film. And when he talked about getting an offensive lineman on nobody, what that does is you're making him do a double team with somebody else to actually free up one of your defensive linemen, if that makes
Right.
sense.
Yeah.
You know, and to
Yeah.
create mix maxes. So mix maxes, matches. So, these are the blitz goals that, I'm sure that Mike Zimmer have in place to be successful with this type of scheme. Do you believe? I mean, do you agree?
Yeah, I agree with that, and it bottles back down to what you were saying too about the defensive tackle situation. We got to have some nasty defensive tackles. Our defensive tackles got to play nasty. I'm
Yeah,
talking about they no nonsense in order for this
yeah,
to work.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I agree. And and that's the thing about it. See, this is the thing with Dan Quinn. I had a problem with Dan Quinn. Dan Quinn wasn't trying to free up his linebackers. He was trying to
Mm-mm.
shoot the gaps to get to the quarterback, which
Mm-hmm.
we didn't match up well because they would have 7 front offensive linemen against our 4. And
Yeah,
then what that did is you now more than likely one of your offensive linemen is going to release to pick up our linebackers. Hell, who was
right.
that? Damone Clark that got pancaked in the end zone because we didn't match their scheme.
And not only that, it wore us down in inside linebackers. We ended up with a 220-pound linebacker in the game,
Damn near,
finishing
yeah,
the season.
Marquise Bell.
Uh,
Yeah, that's crazy. And you're so right, man. And he did the best he could. Marquise Bell did the best he
the
could, but
best
at
he
the same
could.
time, we was missing. And people can say what they want. We was missing Leighton Vander Esch. Leighton Vander Esch, at least
Yeah,
one thing about him, he knew how to run the defense.
he did.
You
He
know,
worked the angles.
exactly.
He might not been the fastest, but he knew how to work the angle.
He knew how to work the angles, and I think Damone Clark was one that was still trying to learn. I saw a few times Damone Clark overrunning the play. He's some things him and Marquise Bell was doing, but that's where we was missing Leighton Vander Esch. But again, the way the scheme that Dan Quinn had set up was to shoot the gaps to get to the quarterback, but it hurt us in the long run against our linebackers. And here we are, we getting ready to see this Cleveland offense
Mm-hmm.
first game.
First game.
So I think our biggest concern is, and when we need to direct our attention is those DTs. You think?
Hey, yeah, yeah. But when you said that about Cleveland, man,
Yeah,
it
hey,
really
that
made
makes you think.
me think about that offense. That's what it made me think about because Cleveland, that AFC North, all them boys is nasty defense wise, man. They dogs.
Yeah, yeah. Tell me about, and that's who we got to see the first game.
Ooh,
Hey, you had a brain fart for a minute when I said Cleveland. Like, yeah,
I did because I got to think about that defense they got. And woo,
yeah. So that's one of they.
woo.
I go to fighter right there. What's up? Come here real quick, man. Come here real quick. Yeah, man. This is my little setup, man. Here go our guy right here. He got a fight coming up June 22nd. It's
Okay.
Gary Cashhead Nito Hampton.
Hey,
Yeah,
how's it going?
he's in the building. He's in the building. Yeah. So what's going on? You working? Okay, that's what's up. We can't see you.
We like the Cowboys, man. We always work. We ain't never not working.
I know you're right.
Okay.
Already.
Yes,
Give it
sir.
up. Give it up.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Hey,
man.
hey.
But yeah, so and that's the thing. Yeah, we got to see this damn offense first game, man. So that's something we got to think about, man. You know what I
Hey,
mean? So,
yeah,
but I think I'm relying a lot on our defense this year, bro. I
we're gonna
mean,
have to. I mean, they got to pack their lunch every week, man.
exactly. So, because I'm still a little concerned about this offense. I don't know what our offense is going to look like, the things about that. And now here we are, we're talking about Dak. And I don't know if you heard about it, but Dak was in his interview, and basically, he was asked a few questions, and the question was asked. He said, talked about the business. He was saying, so the business status. He said the business is gonna take care of the business. And he said, well, why are he said so the question was asked, why are you so patient when it comes to talking about business? He said, I don't play for the money.
Hmm.
He said, I don't play for the money, football junkie. What the what? I beg your pardon. Do you go to work? Do you work for free?
Nope. Who does
Okay.
that?
You get paid, right?
Right on.
And you expect raises, right?
Okay.
So
And some perks.
So explain this to me. What am I missing? Did I miss something when he said make this statement? Come on, tell me something. Because and the reason I said it, Jared Goff just got one of the biggest contracts in the world, Craig, $212 million. And you're gonna sit up there and say that you don't play for the money?
I mean,
what you think?
Honestly speaking, man, just to be real with you, like I was saying the other day when we was together last night, Dak should be giving back. Dak should be giving back. He really do.
Wait a minute, you giving back? Are you saying giving back? You know, dropping back, doing a 5-step drop or 7-step drop back? Is that what you're saying?
He should be giving some of that bag back. Share it. Share the bag, man. Share the bag, man. You done got yours. Let somebody else eat, man. If it ain't about the money, put it make it, show it to us. Show it to us.
Yeah. The proof is in the pudding, isn't it?
Always.
So what would make why do you think he would say something like that? That I don't play for the money. And I know he said I love the game, but I just that's kind of, dude, what are you doing? What are you thinking? You got just made $160 million.
Say, he talking all out the side of his neck, really. To be honest with you. The Cowboy community know he talking out the side of his neck because his game doesn't resonate to what he's getting paid. It doesn't. His game doesn't resonate to what he's getting paid.
Okay, guys, this is a barbershop talk, so, you know, we're going to voice our opinion. However you want to take it, just take it, but this is what we do. This is our script, right, football junk? This is our script. The same kind of conversation that you will hear in the barbershop, you're going to hear on this show. So, yeah, this is what the man said. That's what he said. Give it up. So go ahead and elaborate on what you're saying, brother. We'll fill us in a little bit.
Okay, just look at where he has. Okay, we have been having the number one scoring offense for the last few years. He's been doing some how I put numbers and stuff like that for the last few years. Last year was the first time in the season that he's been with us as the Cowboys quarterback that he hasn't had a premier running back in the backfield with it. Somebody that's going to take a little pressure off of him, if not a lot.
Right.
He basically, the bulk of it was on his shoulders.
Yeah.
Dude, you getting paid more than Tom Brady has ever got paid. And Tom Brady really only had a running back early in his career when he had Falk, Kevin Falk. After that, what running backs did Tom Brady have? What receivers did Tom Brady have? Oh, come on, Dak. You done had better receivers than Tom Brady. So what's going on? What's going on?
Well, listen. Now here's what's going to be your counter. As you know, there's a lot of quarterbacks out there that didn't make it in the first 8 years. Okay, so it takes time. So some people are saying it's going to take time. So with that being said, what's going to happen is you're going to extend that for another 3 years.
What?
you okay. So that's your what? Okay, so you're saying that as if that's not you don't see that another 3 years?
Nah, they better get them. Let's get them Trey Lance pom poms ready. That's all I like to say.
Whoa, well, let's get into it now. There's been some rumors about this Trey Lance deal. I was reading something earlier about this, saying it's a possibility that Dallas and Miami could do some business as far as maybe trying to trade Trey Lance to the Dolphins, because they're already saying that they feel that Tua is going to probably end up in a concussion protocol. So I'm like, damn, if I'm Tua, I'm like, well, thanks for all the support. You know what I mean? They're not talking
Right,
it like that already.
right.
And do you think they would make that move to go bring Trey Lance to play behind Tua? I mean, does that make sense to you, or what?
I mean, they just do. If that's the case, it's insurance for insurance. But if I was Dallas, I keep my cards close to me, and Trey Lance could possibly be a low joker.
Yeah. Well, it's been reported that he will be taking the brunt of the preseason play games
Okay.
in the games. But and I know they're preseason games, and I don't think that the coaches are looking at the win losses. I think they're looking at other things as far as Trey. I'm sure as far as his reads, his execution, his play, and things like that. I mean, so what is it that what do you think about this move with them giving Lance? I mean, do you think it's a possibility that Lance could get some playing time in regular season, or what would have to happen in order for Trey Lance? Because you still got Cooper Rush.
Well, Cooper really is an afterthought to me. I mean, Cooper is Cooper. Um, I ain't got much to say about Cooper, but yeah, Trey Lance should get bulk of the plays in the preseason. I feel get him some exercise so you can see what he can do within that offensive system, especially being that if uh, our coach needs to have a fall guy, that could be the fall guy. Bring in Trey Lance.
Well, if you want, wait a minute. Hey, you got a straight face on that, man. You
Yeah,
got
I'm
a
serious. I'm
wait a
serious.
minute. Well,
That can be the fall guy. Bring in Trey Lance.
Tony Romo was the fall guy. Well, I
Yep,
feel sorry for Tony Romo. I feel so sorry for Tony. He wanted to get back on that field, and he had to sit over there and hold a clipboard, bro.
exactly.
Never seen the field again. So, are you saying this could be deja vu or karma?
It very much could happen like that.
Well, as we know, man, that Dak is in his final year of his contract, man. I like Dak Prescott. I really do, and I hope that he does what he needs to do in order to stay on the team. But if he doesn't, the question has to arise. Okay, what do we do? Do we continue to go this route, or do we say Trey Lance is our guy? Now, some people think that Trey Lance is not good enough to be a starter, but I say, how do we know unless he get some playing time? And we're not just talking about preseason games. I mean,
Exactly.
and I'm like this here, football junkie. If you're not going to use Trey Lance, use him as trade bait so he can go
Okay.
and compete
Yeah.
for a starting job somewhere
Mm-hmm.
else. Why hold on
Exactly.
to him? I mean, I understand he's been in the league, what, 3 years? 4 years now, right?
You got someone like that, same
Yeah,
amount of time as
it's his
Love.
fourth year. So, people saying that he's not ready, and people saying that, they need to keep him as a backup. No, I think he needs to go somewhere like the Justin Fields, like the
Yeah.
Jordan Loves, and
Yeah.
allow him to go play somewhere. What do you think
Yeah.
about that?
I agree with you on that. I agree with you on that. But at the same time, I stand pat. I keep him. I keep him just simply because of the Dak Prescott situation. We don't know what our quarterback situation is going to be like in the future with dealing with Dak or with draft purposes. We don't know. So, I mean, you can save money and cut your costs with Dak, save money with Trey, and move forward.
Yeah. So, wow. Yeah. So, that'd be, I would hate for us to give up Trey, and Trey goes out there and ball out, bro.
Exactly. Exactly.
I would hate for that.
Exactly.
But again, it all depends on, how Dak plays. So let me ask you this question before we get out of here, man. So how are you feeling about Zeke being back?
I mean, it's all about how he performed. I mean, you know how they use running backs in New England. I
Yeah,
mean,
by committee.
by committee. So, I mean, the few times that I've seen Zeke run the ball up in New England, he did some good hard running.
Yeah,
Zeke's one of those guys you got to feed him.
yeah.
Once he get past that 10th carry,
Hold
Zeke
up.
warmed up.
Football junkie, I don't mean to cut y'all, but I keep saying there's two positions that you cannot continue to, you can't substitute. You cannot substitute your quarterback and you cannot substitute your running back. You are
Sure
you
can.
was a running back.
Right.
How would you feel if they say, Coach, they tell you, football junkie, you go ahead and go in, and they give you 3 carries. You done picked up by 25 yards. Then they say you come out the game. Hey, put G in, let G run. How would you feel if that continues to go out throughout the game, knowing that your adrenaline's going, you're feeling it
Yeah.
every 3
Yeah.
plays you coming out? So how would you feel if that was you?
Man, I feel some type of way. I really would, because it's all about rhythm. I mean, because running backs, one thing about running backs, we'll have a mentality of linebackers, and we take on that physical approach. The more we get banged on, the more we give back the punishment, and that's something about that mindset, and keep on getting it and giving it. It works your fight. So
Mhm.
it's just it takes away from a running back, because it's all about rhythm.
Man, and I say the same thing, man. I'm just, and the first 3 years that Zeke was here, what we do, we fed Zeke.
Yeah.
That's when he was under Scott Linehan, and Scott Linehan fed it till he puked. And then we said, well, we're gonna give him this contract, $90 million, and then we're gonna say, well, we want to save him, so hey, we're gonna bring another running back, and we're gonna let you split
Hmm.
time. And that's when it's this time. I mean, that's when his numbers went down, man. He had to split
Hmm.
time. But at the same time, before he left here, he still finished third with 12
Hmm.
touchdowns and almost 1,000 yards, still splitting
Hmm.
time. But here's my thing right here about Junkie is we missed our window of opportunity last season.
Right.
And I say that because all we was lacking was a little bit of running game.
Yeah. A
And
little
that's
bit.
what Zeke could have brought to the table this past season. So
Hmm.
now here we are. We bring Zeke back. And what's going to really chap my hind if he's our starting running back.
You know he's gonna be the starting running back. What else we got back
There's
there?
no way. He cannot be the starting
What?
running back.
What? Who else go? Dolly? Rico?
Bro, do you know what that makes us look like if we done got rid of the man for a whole season and we had an opportunity to go to the championship and we sat there and released him and now we bring him back and then we
Nah.
make him our starting running back?
Hey man, it's not what it make us look like. It would make Jerry Jones look like. That's the whole purpose of Jerry. Jerry's so desperate now. He patched up everything with Jimmy so fast. He needs some life resuscitated back in the Cowboys, because you know Jimmy can do it, man. Jimmy can do it. At his age, standing back, looking in, Jimmy can do it. He
Well,
understands today's game.
Well, I don't know who's gonna do it this year, man. But we so all in, and I thought all in was about in house. We didn't do nothing in house. We hadn't done anything. So yeah, I think we was all out. So I don't know what it was, but here we are, man. You know, Zeke is back, and Zeke possibly could be our starting running back again.
With Mighty Mouse running behind him.
Oh my God. I don't know, man. So before we get out of here, so give me what is the record gonna look like with you, brother? What do you think?
Man, honestly speaking, you just think about it, man. The first 8 games out of the first 8 games we played next season, 2 of them at home, 6 on the road.
And all these teams are 500 teams too. That they're gonna be playing playoff. These are playoff teams, brother.
And the most of them is out of the AFC North.
And I'm gonna say this, man. I love my Cowboys, but I say my best expectations is no expectation.
I agree with you.
That's
agree
just
with
where
you.
I am. And I know somebody's gonna be probably, hey, girl, you're not a Gary. No, I'm a realist. I'm a realist. I'm gonna ride this thing out, and I'm gonna evaluate until the end of the season, and then I can tell you if I'm gonna, jump up for joy or if I'm gonna kick some rocks or turn something over. That will only happen at the end of the season. So it just, that's just where I am right now. But I'm always be a Cowboy fan. There ain't nothing gonna change about that. You know what I mean? So I'm going to say, man, I'm gonna say 10-7.
10-7. They're gonna take a 2-game step back.
Yeah, just because of the schedule.
So you think so? Do you think we'll make the playoffs? Wild card?
I don't. We might make the wild card. It just depends if everybody stay healthy, brother. We can't afford nobody to go down on that offensive side of the ball, and we got to. And I know I keep talking about we got a right tackle playing left tackle. We got a center that never played center before, so we got to get all that stuff together. So,
and we're playing pickleball with Philadelphia for the division.
All right, guys, y'all heard it first. We got Football Junkie in the house. Give it up for Football Junkie. So, this is my guy, man. You want to talk football, that's what we do. We'll sit around the table. We'll talk football all day and all night. And like I say, again, this is barbershop talk. So it's nothing scripted here. This is not your major channels. This is where we can say and do what we want to do and be unapologetic about it. So with that being said, we want to say thank y'all for everybody coming through and hanging out with us. And do me a favor, make sure you hit the subscribe button, make sure you share this video, and hit the notification bell so you will be notified when the next video is posted. And with that being said, you got any last word, Football Junkie?
Last word is much love. Appreciate y'all. Keep coming back.
And like I always say, stay safe and be blessed. Deuces.